Well, hello there. Hi there. Welcome to Just Bird. Today's reading, I'm going to read on Ryan Anderson and see what his pathology is. I just have questions. That's all. Does Ryan Anderson have the proclivity toward special needs folks? Like he is a teacher, right? For special ed teacher. Now, I'm just curious if Ryan Anderson is looking at his students like, that's my next wife. They tap out at age 21. So is Ryan looking for his next bride-to-be at school? Is anyone else uncomfortable with Ryan Anderson looking after their children in a special ed environment? I would be. I'm uncomfortable with that. So I want to know about the pathology, but let me just catch up. Like I said, I don't understand Gypsy Rose. None of it makes sense to me. If she would have come out of prison and just, I don't know, laid low and disappeared, people like me would still be going under the umbrella that she was a child, that a victim. But, and I would know no better. But now that she's out and she's loud and proud, that she and her dude diced up her mom and she got away with it and he's serving life. I don't get it. I don't understand why she's a beauty influencer. Like, she came out of prison, I don't know, she went from a young woman to an older young woman, right? Like, she only spent 8.5 years, so not even a decade. That's disgusting. For our judicial system to be so lax with this. When they had all of the information, right, we're just receiving it after she gets out of prison. Or at least I am. Some of y'all have been following this from day one. But let's talk about the content creator, Katie Joy, who I don't know if she's really a journalist. Does anyone know? Is she legitimately? Did she go to college? Like, does she have a degree in, I don't know, media studies or something, communications, anything along those lines that she can state and claim to be a journalist? I know she's a blogger. I'm not offended by her. I don't believe that it's child exploitation when you are blogging about a challenge in your life and you could actually help somebody else out that's going through a similar challenge. So I don't find that, but I've never seen videos. So I don't know if she was throwing a camera on her kid and any tantrum or episode or anything, if that's a play in that. So I don't really have a strong stance on that either. But what I do understand is that if she is and she claims to be a journalist, you're really bad at your job and you confused work with friendship. You claim that you had a 5-year friendship with the Blanchards or with Christy. But now you want to claim that you're a journalist. So you crossed the line and treated your source like a friend. Now, get it together, Katie, and start being who you say you are and stop being friendly and stop injecting yourself into these people's lives. Because if she's were really your friend, are you telling me that in your circle, this is what you gravitate toward? The Blanchards of the world, the Gypsies of the world, that's who you want in your friendship circle? That to me lets me know that Katie Joy, I would not entertain a friendship with her ever, because I don't want that to be a part of my life. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't invite Gypsy Rose to be my friend or her next victim. I mean, let's face it, the people that Gypsy Rose calls mom, they don't stick around, right? She gets rid of them. Next question. Does anybody, I'm going to get into a reading on Ryan, I promise, but I have a question. Does anybody else have a feeling by observing Gypsy Rose's behavior that these people should probably be running as fast and as far away from her as possible, like before she gives birth. And the reason for that is once she gives birth, she and Nick Godejohn already agreed to violate an infant. And I would not put it past Gypsy Rose to violate her child so that there's evidence of violation and pin it on Ken when she wants to get rid of him, or Rod, or Christy, or Mia's husband, or one of Mia's children, or, Ryan, if he's still in the picture, or if it's, Joe Schmoes from down the block. Because, quite frankly, we're giving her two options for her daddy. We're talking about a loose goose that has been flipping it and flopping it the entire time she was in the penitentiary. And now that she's out, boy, oh boy, is she having fun. So, no, I don't believe that, Ryan or Ken are the only options for the father. That's just my opinion. I don't trust liars, right? And Gypsy Rose has done nothing but consistently lie. Another content creator. Let's talk about, I know I'm going off. I'm going to get to the reading, promise. But content creator by the name of Candace Starr. Well, the content creator, the Kate creator that, faked being the product of Munchausen. It's bringing out all the fucking weirdos, this case. Because now Candace Starr is out here. I'll take a lie detector test if Gypsy Rose does. We all know Gypsy Rose isn't going to take a lie detector test, Candace. Stop gaslighting people. Just take a lie detector test, Candace. We have lots of questions for you. Candace Starr now added to her list of traumas, claims to be a product of Munchausen by proxy. And she says she has receipts, and she says she's willing to take a lie detector test. I will believe it when I see it, because I do not believe it. I believe as much of this crap as I believe that Candace Starr has a 4-year college degree, considering that this nitwit did not know the difference between occult and occult. You remember, Candace? I hope you're listening, because I remember when you pointed a finger at every single person on the missing persons list out of Truckee, California during the Kylie Rodney case. Do you remember? I know you've since deleted the video because you were so afraid that you were going to get a lawsuit, right? When you sat there with rhinestones glued to your forehead and wig glued to your scalp and a moo-moo dress on with your face right in front of the camera, right? Pointing that finger. Disgusting. As a human, but just gross. Who does that? Why would you blame every single person? And some of these people would have been over 100 years old if they were found or the remains were found. But nope, she went off. She just went off. And she deserved to be sued. But she never, this is her character. She did all that. She did not come out and apologize to each and every one of those families that she sat there and pointed the finger and said they look like they would join an occult, because she doesn't know the difference. That's how I know you don't have a college education. But that is a receipt, Candace, that you can prove right now. And of those 9 times that you died and miraculously came back to life, how about 3 documents for that? We'll give you the other 6, okay? Can you provide three documentations from the hospitals that deemed you dead and then revived you and brought you back to life? Please show those documents. These are things that can be easily debunked and proven, right? You can prove this very easily. I have questions like Candace Starr said that her child, her toddler, was violated by her doctor. She got on a live stream. This live is still up, so go find it, Candace, so you can delete it, but I have it. She accused her child, that said that her child was violated by her doctor. 6 months rolls around. She said the child was outrageous, screaming, fits, everything, because the child was violated by her doctor. The doctor's office calls to schedule an appointment. So you're telling me that this doctor's still practicing after he violated your daughter and you didn't press any charges? This bitch could not even be bothered to change the doctor. She said it was too much of an inconvenience. That to me is piss poor parenting. Any parent that chooses to put their child in harm's way knowingly, that's considered neglect and abuse. Candace. So, that's how I feel about Candace Starr. Please do your homework and don't just trust that this woman is experienced. Let's see her list. She's been sex trafficked, child abused, neglected, abandoned. She was a part of a sex cult. She has died 9 times, been revived. She's magnetic, has superpowers because she can blow aluminum foil across her counter with her finger. When I blow air, it's through my mouth or nose, but her power comes through her finger. I have lots of questions. Like, why did you not change your child's doctor? Why did you not press charges? Why are you too lazy to be inconvenienced? Why would you choose to put your daughter in harm's way? You know why you would choose that, Candace? You didn't think your lie all the way through, right? You didn't think that lie all the way through. You want all of that sympathy. What is the name for these nuts that adopt other people's stories and make them their own? I suspect that Candace Starr has that problem, that mental problem. That's my opinion. Anybody who has, she said, I only take on cases that I have experienced myself. Bitch, you're still breathing. Can we get what in the world? Like, I'm just saying, be mindful of all the fucking weirdos out on the internet because you're dealing with them and you're trusting them. Make sure they're trustworthy. Ask for receipts. If I'm going to tell you that I have died 9 times, could I prove at least once? At least some documentation from hospital? Some write-up in the newspaper? Anything? At all? My gripe with Candace Starr isn't about her EVPs. I don't believe that she has accurate EVPs on most occasions because they're not audible, but I don't believe that she's manipulating the spirit box or anything. I don't believe this isn't about her practice. It's about her character and her credibility. So I would understand why people would question the authenticity of her practice and the things that she does, since there are so many parlor games. Like, bitch, you said you were magnetic. After the TikTok, remember the girl that went on TikTok? It was all a joke. Well, Candace Starr got right online. I'm magnetic. And I didn't have the shot. I'm special. And magnetic. All right. Now this is what I'm talking about. This case has brought out all of the Looney Tunes. They all belong at Disney. Let's see. Ryan freaking Anderson. Let's read. What's Ryan's attraction toward Gypsy? And does Ryan have proclivity? I mean, it's. I'm not going to ask the cards if he has proclivity toward children or his students, but I do want to know about what is the attraction toward Gypsy, and does he carry that attraction for other handicapped people? Mentally retarded people like Gypsy. Micro deletion. Support and flow. Okay, and abundance. All right, so basically, Ryan, I think he just goes with the flow. He's looking for love. He's trying to make his way up the ladder to abundance. He did what he had to do, but what is the attraction? Is the abundance, and she's a stepping stone for him to come up. That's the attraction. Oh my goodness. I thought that was Ken. That's what comes up for Ken. Like he's likes the shiny new prize. But what's the attraction for Gypsy? Like the real attraction? Humility. Do you see how flat this face is? It's a weird face. He's attracted to her face. And her mental mindset. He likes that she's brain damaged. I'm serious. He likes that, all right, there's the brain, the head, so there's some kind of blockage here. He's attracted to it. So the deletion, he is attracted to her because of, I thought it was a fetish. I immediately got that. I thought this was a fetish. And that's his line of work. That's very concerning and alarming to me as a woman, as a parent, as a person who has, deep care for others, especially those that have challenges, because, the school that I grew up in, the person that took care of the special ed class, he did piddle upon the children. He did have proclivity and he did touch upon them. So I really, he also touched upon his adopted child too. Yeah, Jim Steele is his name. Pig. Let's see. Mirror, the woman, the moon, longing, mystery, hidden experience. Yeah, okay. This is his attraction, right? Closure, new directions, new purpose. And what are we looking for? He wanted to help her pick up the pieces, but it didn't work out. See, here he's picking up the pieces, but that didn't work out. She's leaving him to pick up the pieces. He thought he was going to save her. He wanted a new beginning with her, a purpose, right? Not so much a new beginning, but he really did want a purpose with her. I don't think that Ryan is like a horrible person, but I am concerned, and it is a legitimate question. And do I believe or not believe? I'm more prone to believe that Ryan is a caretaker, a simper, someone that doesn't feel love unless he's feeling needed. But again, it's just a legitimate question. Now, do I really believe that? I don't like to believe those things. However, this case has brought out everyone that is demented in their mind, and like when Ryan sat up there and was like, when I cried. Did you guys get emotional when I cried? Like, are you putting on a performance? Did they make you redo the scene or something? Like, what's really going on with Love After Lockup? I don't tune in. I just feel like this drama, this whole thing needs to be on Zeus Network. It's so much better suited. Let's see. Release, unattachment, and end of struggle. Okay, well, he's just going to release her, reinvention, choosing paths, reconciliation. All right, so here's the thing. She left him to pick up the pieces, but if she wanted him back, he would actually take her back and try to resolve this. But what we have is he is not going to do that. I don't think it's going to be an option for him, even if the child does belong to him, because it's the end of the struggle. Like, he's not going to be able to keep fighting for a reconciliation. He will choose the path to reinvent himself. Maybe he'll choose a different path in teaching. I would feel wonderful about that. And I just think that I really think it's a legitimate question. Do you think I'm out of line for asking that? Is it mean, or is it just a question? I think they're done. Tell me more about Ryan Anderson. Let's see. It's Ryan Anderson. What's coming up for Ryan Anderson? I'm clear that he has an attraction to the disability, right? He has an attraction toward the look of the disability, because I think personally, I believe that the doctors with the mild retardation, I feel that was probably, and I'm not sure, I'm not reading the documents, but I would say that probably was a preamble type of thing, like a diagnosis to satisfy the parent before further exploration when they found the microdeletion. It's just that when Gypsy was a child, you can see the abnormality with the small structure of her head and the beadiness of her eyes and the cockeyed, all of that. And it's kind of like a sag of the skin, like a whatever. You know the look that I'm talking about. I believe that the mild retardation was because of her appearance and not because she was actually retarded. But since they didn't remove it from her medical records, I'm going to stick with Gypsy's mildly retarded with microdeletion. We have 6th house, so he's going to get back into a routine, health, work. Maybe Ryan's going to start working out and lose some of them pounds. I mean, once he gets rid of Gypsy, there's 100 pounds right off the bat, maybe $140. You know, maybe Ryan's going to focus more on work and working out and bettering himself. And I apologize if that question is so far from the truth, but it is a legitimate question. Education, higher education, maybe we have travel and personal growth. So what we have coming up for Ryan is that he's going to get his shit together. Maybe he's going to go on The Biggest Loser. Is that show even alive and well anymore? Or one of those, 600-pound lifers. He likes the attention. Maybe you get on the 600-pound life, whittle yourself down. Maybe you'll find a broad on there. I don't know. Ryan, you love the attention. You love the spotlight. People, I think you have a following where people like you. So, maybe that's a direction, but like he's going to learn his lesson, focus on work. Maybe he'll move or take a trip, just be like, or maybe he will go back to school, but he's going to get into some kind of routine that's better for him. Taurus. All right. Well, here we go. Discipline, trustworthy, and creativity. So, by these cards, Ryan may be attracted to the appearance or have a bit of a fetish with, but he's trustworthy, according to these cards. I would never, ever judge a person off of a reading, okay? That is not how I live my life, and I would really hope that anybody listening doesn't live their life off of picture cards. But the more internetness I get in my life, I realize that there are people that live their life off of picture cards. Mercury, intellect, communication, thinking patterns. Okay, so it's all about, he's bettering himself and he's going to be happy, riding off into the sunset. He may fall in love with somebody under the sign of Taurus. I don't know what his sign is, but it doesn't really matter. Taurus energy is about loyalty. It's about family. It's about being grounded. It's a long-term energy. It's a slow-moving energy, okay? But they carry on traditions. They're great family people, and Ryan, he may get a gig. Do you know what I'm saying? He might actually get a gig on one of the, on another, whatever, reality show. I can't think of it. I was going to say talk show. But what we have is intellect, communication, thinking patterns, pleasure, happiness, entertainment. This is saying to me that once there's some kind of finalization and, the father has been determined, Ryan's going to get it together. He's not totally hung up on gyp shit. Now, my thing is, what if this child is Ryan's? The everything that's out there now, like this child doesn't have a shot. Neither of this child's parents want them. Right? If the child doesn't belong to Cain, nobody wants this baby. There's not an ounce of love. You're doing all of this paternity stuff. You got Ken out there like, showing his face, being the daddy, playing the role. And it's so irresponsible to do this when you really don't know. You got your fingers crossed, wishful thinking, and you should have been responsible, and have responsible parents that say this is not the way to go. This isn't, we should not be posting this. We should not be televising this. No, none of this. Because there is a chance that Ken is not the father. Is anyone in the Blanchard family responsible? I know Rod's a dum-dum, but he says dumb stuff. Like, Gypsy made a mistake. No, Gypsy said she made one mistake, and that was having her mama sliced and diced up. Rod says she made a mistake when she married Ryan. I just say that, Ryan, you should run as fast and far away from this as possible. Take your opportunities. Go if you like entertainment, if you like to be in front of the camera, go get a gig. Go get a gig on one of the networks. I mean, what's going on. Go take a class. Go exercise. Focus on your health. Because for Ryan Anderson, there is somebody coming in. Sparks are gonna fly. And you will ride off into the sunset. So take care of yourself, Ryan. And I do apologize for the alarming question. But in all reality, if Ryan Anderson is a man of understanding, then he does understand that is a legitimate question. It really is. And Candace Starr, I can't wait for this lie detector. Why is it conditional is my question to Candace. Why is the lie detector conditional on a known pathological liar? Because she's really banking that Gypsy will never take a lie detector test. But you now will trust her because she said she'll take one. I call your bluff. How many people, I'm going to ask Random News if maybe he would like to raise some money so that we can get Candace Starr on a live stream having a lie detector test to prove that she has been nothing but true and 100% authentic and honest on her platform about all her trauma. And then I'm sure other people have, questions about how you injected yourself into the life of Kanika Jenkins and how you tried to harass her mother by giving her a doll. So much buffoonery. Really do your homework. I suggest go over to Social Blade if you check it out content creators. Look at their stats. Look at their numbers. Do you suspect that they are buying subscribers and views? Well, go on over to Social Blade, because if they had one view but 100 subscribers that day, that's ding, ding, ding. You're cheating. So do your homework. Don't feel like, oh my gosh, why do I have to do it? Because it's the internet and you can't trust anything. And it's really a sad place to be. The more you live here, the sicker you'll become. So I would suggest to each and everyone, please get outside at least 10 minutes a day, get offline, unplug, absorb some sunshine, some fresh air. It's naturally healing.